Welcome, friends. It is Sunday morning, so we're going to do another in our series of recipes from these Depression-era pre-World War II cookbooks. And today we're going to do one that I find particularly intriguing, especially since it's, midwinter, and nothing says midwinter like ice cream. And so this is kind of a strange yet fantastic example of a no-churn ice cream. Quite ingenious, in fact. So you start out with half a package of raspberry Jell-O. And I'm flying by the seat of my pants because it doesn't say what size the package is. And who knows if today's package size is the same as the package size in 1939. Or was this 1938? 1938. So, raspberry Jell-O, or raspberry jelly powder, because I'm using the no-name kind, really smells like fake raspberry. And to that, we add 1/2 cup of boiling water. So, cup size in 1938 in Canada was smaller than it is today. So, again, we're sort of guesstimating. Put that in with sugar, and we stir that together to dissolve. So I hear you. You're out there and you're saying, why is there Jell-O in ice cream? Really ingenious, actually. Very ingenious. So most modern ice creams that you would buy at the grocery store will contain thickening agents. Oh, I'm out of milk. So as I was saying, most modern ice creams that you buy at the grocery store will have thickening agents in them that aren't gelatin, but are gelatin-like or mimic gelatin. And those would be like guar gum, and there's a few other names that it goes under. And what the gelatin does is it helps to inhibit ice crystal formation. And ice crystal formation is one of those things that you definitely don't want in ice cream. And with this being a Depression-era ice cream recipe, it relies heavily on milk and not heavy cream. So there's less fat in milk than in cream. And cream is another one of those things that inhibits the ice formation. So this is sort of a roundabout way to add flavor, in the case of the raspberry, and also to inhibit those ice crystals from forming. So we should get, I'm expecting, a nice creamy mouthfeel, low-fat ice cream. Next in is some vanilla, and we'll just mix that in. Good amount, a little bit more. A little extra vanilla never hurt anyone. Next up is a cup of heavy cream, and we're just going to whip that to stiff peaks. And just a little pinch of salt in there before we start. Now we fold the whipped cream into the Jell-O mixture, and the Jell-O mixture is still really thin. It hasn't set at all. So I don't know how effective folding is going to be, but we'll see what happens. I think it's just going to disintegrate into the mixture. Yeah. So it definitely didn't fold. The milk and Jell-O mixture was way too loose and liquid to effectively fold in. So it pretty much mixed in. I'm going to put a cover on this. I'm going to stick it in the freezer, and it says that it will freeze in a very short time. So let's see what it tastes like when it's frozen. Okay, so I'm a little bit worried about this because I've done a lot of no churn ice cream recipes over the years, and this one didn't have the consistency that I would have expected from those previous experiences. I think the ice crystals are a little too large. But the only way to know is to taste it, so let's give it a go. It's not very creamy. Not very creamy at all. And through the lens of 2019, this 1938 Depression era recipe seems a little lame. You know, quite honestly, through the lens of today, it seems a little lame. But I think if you take yourself back to 1938, to a very rural community, just pulling themselves out of the Depression, this would have been amazing, because you wouldn't just go down to the mall to go to the ice cream store. You wouldn't just go to the grocery store and buy commercially made ice cream in Stainer or Elmvale. And if you did, it was a very special occasion that probably cost you too much money. So this would have been great then. Not so great now. But I'm looking at this recipe, and I think we can update this to make it something amazing, to make an amazing no-churn ice cream for today that has incredible mouthfeel. There's a couple things that I want to do with this. I'm going to try it 3 or 4 more times. Take a look in a couple of weeks to see if we have another video up for an update on this. I'm not a huge fan of Jell-O, but I do like the flavor. It's just the mouthfeel. So come on back and we'll give an updated version of this recipe. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.